Have you ever noticed this strange contradiction? Your salary is higher than it was a few years ago. On paper, you're doing better. And yet, money still feels tight. Not, I'm struggling to survive tight, but never relaxed, never ahead, never fully in control. This isn't a personal failure. It's something much quieter and much more common. Let's look at a familiar situation. Imagine a young professional in the US or Europe. They earn the equivalent of about $70,000 a year. After taxes, Social Security, health insurance, what actually hits their bank account might be closer to $4,000 a month. Now the expenses begin. Rent or mortgage, $1,500. Utilities, internet, phone, $250. Car payment or public transport plus insurance, $450, groceries and basic living, $600. We're already at $2,800 before anything extra. Then come the quieter costs, student loan payments, credit card minimums, subscriptions you barely think about, occasional dinners out, a weekend trip, a new phone on installment. Another $800 to $1,000 disappears without much friction. At the end of the month, there's maybe $200 or $300 left. Not nothing, but not enough to feel secure. So the question becomes, how can someone earning more than previous generations still feel financially constrained? The hidden issue isn't spending too much. It's how modern income scales against modern expectations. As income rises, life doesn't just get better, it gets more complex. A slightly nicer apartment because it makes sense now. A newer car because reliability feels responsible. Better clothes because you're a professional now. More convenience because time feels scarce. None of these decisions feel reckless. In isolation, they all sound reasonable. But together, they create something subtle. Your lifestyle quietly expands to absorb almost all available income. Let's do very simple math. If your income rises by $800 a month, but your fixed lifestyle costs rise by $700, you technically earn more, but practically feel no difference. And here's the psychological part most people miss. The human brain doesn't experience money as numbers, it experiences money as pressure or relief. When your expenses are tightly aligned with your income, every unexpected cost feels threatening. A car repair isn't inconvenient, it's stressful. A medical bill doesn't feel temporary, it feels destabilizing. That constant low-level pressure creates the feeling that money is always tight, even when income is objectively decent. Over time, this has a long-term effect. When most of your income is committed, you lose flexibility. You can't easily change jobs, you can't take risks, you can't absorb shocks without stress, and because nothing feels wrong enough, nothing changes. This is why many people earning good money still feel stuck for years. Financially intelligent people don't think in terms of salary, they think in terms of margin. They care less about how much they earn and more about how much of their income remains unclaimed. They ask quieter questions like, how much of my income is already spoken for? How fragile is my lifestyle if my income pauses for 3 months? How much pressure does my money remove or create? This doesn't mean living poorly or avoiding enjoyment. It means being aware of how permanent expenses quietly shape your future options. Because real financial comfort isn't about luxury, it's about space. Space to breathe, space to absorb surprises, space to make decisions without fear. If money still feels tight despite earning more, the problem usually isn't effort or intelligence. It's that the system encourages full consumption of every raise and never teaches people to protect margin. Once you see that, the feeling starts to make sense. And awareness, not guilt, is always the first step towards change. If this perspective helped you think more clearly about your own finances, consider subscribing.
More calm, realistic conversations like this are coming.